Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Malcolm from the branch here at GMS here in Chicago, giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, whom I worship, and giving double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of all Israel on earth today. And salutations to the Akim out there, my fellow laborers who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say shalom. Okay, we're definitely, it's said in the last days there will become scoffers. All right, and another scripture mentions how the Lord will create in the earth a new thing, that the woman shall get up above the man, roughly paraphrasing. And those two things are also signifying that it's the time of the end, because that's not in the order of the thing. The Lord has order. And you are witnessing the rise of the scoffers, and especially the rise of the female scoffers. You have these women who mock and think that they can actually teach the Bible over the man. And it's actually quite funny, and is at the same time is actually sad and aggravating. Because this one, and I'm not going to say their names. I'm not going to give them this. That's what they want, attention. They want the names to be mentioned. But this woman contradicts and cuts herself every time she tries to read the scripture. She actually is. She calls herself doing something to debunk the Hebrew Israelite thing, which, by the way, is a nationality, a heritage, not a religion. Okay, using the word cult and religion, and she couldn't tell you what either of those mean. Okay, but the world was created for the Israelites. So we're going to go into just a quick lesson to make that clear. All right. Oh, and most importantly, the name of the Lord is not is not Jesus or Jehovah. I actually have my 1611 King James Bible in the back. All right. And when you go to it, when you open it up, because you can do this for yourself, so I'm not going to pause and walk away to do that. But when you open the book up, and all the scriptures where the letter J is, there is no J. You're going to see an I. So studying of languages is important, which is something these women and these scoffers do not do. Because one thing, if you start going into the languages and start actually doing the research on the meaning of words, you begin to see that what you believe and think about the Bible is not the case. All right. But anyway, let's jump right into the lessons. This is 2nd Ezra, starting at verse 8, and I'm going to read down to verse 3. And he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. Who is that few? That few is the Israelites. I will tell thee the similitude, Ezra, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved. And that few is actually the Israelites. All right, because the Lord is fair. All right, and fair enough, the 2/3 of the Israelites are some of the biggest blasphemers and scoffers. So the 2/3 are going to die, but then they're going to come back through the vessels of the 1/3, the righteous vessels that make it, and that's how they're going to come back. So let's just keep going in the scriptures. We're going to stay in Ezra's for a while. Next scripture is 2nd Ezra 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people whom thou hast chosen. And that chosen people is the Israelites, hands down. Okay? This is 2nd Ezra 5:27. And amongst all the multitude of peoples, thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. So the law was only given to the Israelites, not to all people. Okay? When you go to the book of Revelation, which is the end of the book, It gives you the breakdown of the kingdom of heaven and the new government that's going to rule on earth, and it's only the Israelites. Revelation, the 7th chapter, names off the 12,000 judges, and none of them are women. You women need to learn your place in this thing. All right? Now, next scripture is Isaiah 45 and 17. And it reads, "But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with the everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world," which means race, going back to to the cosmos in John 3:16, when it says, "For God so loved the world," because each one of the 18 races that were created is a world. So when you go to John 3:16, when you do your diligent research and find out that the word world there in the Greek is cosmos, which is pertaining to a harmonious arrangement, was the people who were given the law, and that if it were talking about all people on earth, it would have been a different Greek word. It would have been the word oikoumene, but it wasn't. It was the word cosmos, which is the same word that's just talked about in this scripture here. Isaiah 45 and 17. "But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end." So only the Israelites is going to be the world that never ends, man. Okay? Because they're in captivity. They're not being acknowledged who they are. They're a people, a race of people, not a religion. Dummies. For you stupid women and you other people who say that. Okay? And if it doesn't apply to you, then it doesn't apply to you. If it applies to you, then you're probably cut. And you're angry about this. Okay? Which I don't give a damn. Next scripture is 2 Ezra 6, 7, and 9. So let's read that. And we'll probably be finished. This is 2 Ezra 6, 7, and 9. "Then answered, and I said, What shall be the pardon asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?" All right? The end of the age, the eon. This is what Ezra was asking the angel. "And he said unto me, From Abraham until Isaac and until Jacob, who are the Hebrew Israelites," okay? For someone who wants to say this Hebrew Israelite false religion, you're so stupid and unlearned, okay? That is a race of people. And according to the Bible, they're not going to be acknowledged as being the Israelites until the Lord forces the world to acknowledge who they are, which proves that the people running around saying that they're Israeli cannot be the people. All right? Verse 8, "And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau," which is talked about in Genesis, the 25th chapter. "For Esau is the end of the world," so meaning Esau is the ruling class people as the end of the world comes. And people who don't even believe in the Bible believe that that time is near. "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." All right? So now the children of Jacob are about to rule the earth. Thus saith the Lord. And the heathen who subjugated and enslaved them, they have 1,000 years of slavery to serve. Thus saith the Bible in the end. All right? And let's get that scripture to prove that. Okay, this tells you what happens when the kingdom of heaven is set up. This is Revelation 13 and 10. "And he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints." So the saints of the Lord, which are the Hebrew Israelites, are patiently waiting to put into slavery those that put them in slavery, and to put to the sword those who put them to the sword. Thus saith the Lord, power. The Bible has spoken. Shalom.